There we go. I had to have Hayley unmute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to TTV Podcast 339. I'm Meso.
I'm Var.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Invi.
I'm Phweff.
Oh, boy, the clash.
Oh, boy. Purple. You jumped out of turn. What are you doing?
Technically, I should be at the
No,
bottom.
no. You have both
No.
been tardy enough to where the status quo is retained.
Yeah, you guys rotate each week.
Has everyone gone? Can I go now? And I'm
Who are
Hayley.
you?
I'm sorry.
And hello again.
Meso,
Welcome.
Meso, why do you keep changing your voice?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Another protection ruined by women.
Oh no.
Last night.
Stop that.
Boy. Well, how's everybody's Saturday going so far?
It was good before you were here.
Wow.
Well, literally been 100% podcast so far.
Pretty neat, you know.
Dude, I woke up like, what time is it right now? 25 minutes ago. And I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Like my alarm went off and I immediately started like groggingly like going through the motions of getting up and getting dressed for work. And I was like, oh wait a minute, I already went to work.
Do you ever just like wake up on a day off and panic that you actually have work?
In the past, I've done that several times.
You wake up.
I was
and you're like,
literally
"Oh,
like,
I'm late for work.
I was halfway through putting on my uniform. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I've already been to work. I'm
That's
done
awesome.
with that. Podcast time.
Podcast
It's
time.
podcast time.
It's podcast time.
Podcast
pretty great.
time.
For those wondering why mic quality might sound a little different for me, it's because I'm on Hayley's computer at Hayley's house with Hayley's mic.
No.
And you
Fine,
sound
though.
way better than you usually do.
Why don't we
you
find
sound
out
fun.
this entire
Puts
time?
on sunglasses.
There you go.
Mm.
No, it
So-
wouldn't surprise me. My mic is old.
See, I don't know if your mic is all whatever you were gonna say, or if it's just
Old.
I wonder. What if it turns out your microphone's been backwards this whole time?
Oh yeah, we've had that happen before.
It wouldn't surprise me. Super
Super
chat.
chat already.
Super chats.
Yes. So
Yeah, he who must not be named used to talk into his microphone backwards.
what a moron!
What a freaking idiot. Anyway,
His head is on backwards.
It's funny because I think we use the same mic and it literally says back.
yeah, there's a light. It's like, hey, why is your audio quality so awful? Can
So
you fix
poor.
that? It was like,
Why
I
is
don't
your
know
audio
why.
quality poor?
I'm speaking
Audio
right
quality.
into it.
Real quick.
How about you
Maybe-
try
maybe he
turning
saw-
it around?
Maybe he saw back and went, Messinac.
Wow. Don't let me in.
Two things. First of all, I'm in control of the stream this week, so let me know how things sound.
in control.
Second of all, the super chat was from Cybnaf the Legendary, who donated $2
Nice.
with the message $2 for 2 Overwatches. So thank you, Cybnaf.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
What a good patron. He's in the patron chat. He's
His
still
patron is
super chatting more.
He's finally given us $2.
Dollars.
I love dollar
Dollar
too.
two just got announced, guys.
Real quick,
Thank you, dude.
we do have one other announcement, or not an announcement, but something I need to keep on talking about every week. We do have a new stretch goal over on Patreon, or the Patreon.
All right, everybody, get your stretches in.
Stretch time.
The stretch goal is 100 patrons. I'll see ya. It's 100 patrons for a full-time Biocraft server.
Can you
And-
touch your knees?
Ooh.
I want to touch my knees.
Just the knees?
Sound like you're dying.
Imagine like Var's just got like these bird wings, so he just can't like he can't reach like his knees because of
Oh man.
I'd be a little concerned.
you know what? Yeah, it reminds me of it's like when you swap out arms for like a toy or something, you just give them like really tiny arms, like T-Rex arms.
I have a
Photoshop T-Rex bar.
I feel like you guys aren't taking this seriously.
So yeah,
You gotta make sure you stretch.
I mean,
Might
the
hurt
way
yourself.
the way my life's been going, everything's being treated
Oh
as a
my
joke at
gosh.
this point.
Aw.
It's okay, Phweff.
It's okay. It's not as funny, but it's definitely brightening up a little bit.
I was trying to find something that I could snap in half, but I can't find anything.
Aw.
Aw.
Nothing to make any snapping sounds.
Well, I mean,
What
like,
about your finger?
I'm not gonna
Oh,
snap my
what?
finger, Purple.
Ew, ow.
oh no, don't kill 50% of us.
Knuckles.
Gotta do them stretches.
God.
Just like a
Haley's on the
tweak.
move.
Oh,
Ow,
Meso,
that hurt.
we don't need
Haley's bringing
status
a pencil.
updates on whether
I
or not
already
Hayley
snapped
is there or
something.
not every single time she moves.
Haley
was,
literally just walked across the room to get a pencil just to break it in half.
Why would you want to?
That's a waste of a
the
pencil.
price of a pencil.
waste of a
It was.
pencil.
It's not even like a
The sequel.
mechanical pencil. Those.
I
were,
already
like, super
snapped
old.
something.
Why would you snap a
Wasted-
mechanical
now-
pencil anyway?
It's
See,
so
I sharpen the broken pencil part, and I can have 2 pencils now.
How about we sharpen our minds?
Yeah, but they're small.
Let's reduce our listening.
Yeah, they're small, but now there's 2 pencils.
Packs a punch. Haley's playing the
That's
long
how
Sharpen
game.
you-
pencil, everybody. That was a Patreon donation right there that Haley just wasted
Unbelievable,
My
Haley.
on camera.
Sorry, Seob man.
This
On
is this
camera,
where TTV's money's going into the pencils that get snapped on our episode
What
podcast?
is this?
Sorry,
what is
Sealed
this
Man.
like bodily horror we're experiencing? We've just had Halloween.
Just snapping stuff. Yeah.
Happy Halloween, everyone, or happy.
It's
Happy
over.
Halloween.
It's
It's
2020.
second already.
It's been over for like 2 days and we're still,
Happy Halloween
Thank
2020.
Goodness.
Yeah,
I'm
Will
dude.
this
over
episode
it.
be out by my birthday?
No.
Maybe.
That's up to
Good.
Meso.
Yeah.
Winter is in full spring.
I had a fun
spring.
Halloween. I had probably the most
Ah,
fun
boy.
Halloween I've had.
Summer's in
Oh, yeah.
full fall.
Are you gonna tell us about it, Meso? I can't wait to hear about how fun your Halloween was.
I mean, I dressed up for the first time in like over a decade.
I actually don't remember when the last time I dressed up was, or what I even dressed up as.
Yeah. Haley and I
It's
went
been
as
so long.
Scoops Ahoy from Stranger Things, Steve and Robin,
Very nice.
which was pretty
Yeah, you
top
guys took
notch.
some very,
It
some very
looks pretty
cute
cool.
pics.
Oh yeah, the cute pics.
My
All
favorite
the
is still the
cute
comic
pics.
seesaw, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Is that really your
It's the
favorite?
karmic seesaw.
Yeah.
That
It's
triggers
great.
me, and I had buried that in the depths of my mind until you had to.
Oh, did I
freaking
just give you
resurface
a reoccurring
Now I'm having
memory?
PTSD flashbacks of all the things that I thought I left behind.
Oh.
Pour one out for Var.
Did anyone else do anything for Halloween?
Dude,
No.
I sat at home.
Yeah,
Actually, no, that's a lie. I
bought
didn't sit
bunch
at
of
home. I was at work.
sweets. Yeah, I bought a bunch of sweets, sat in and watched Mona Lisa, the Halo motion comic.
Yep,
Nice.
Dead Space Halo.
Oh yeah, Halo.
Yeah, Dead Space Halo, basically.
Did you do anything, Eljay?
looks-
Nothing I'm gonna talk about. Not
Fair enough.
not today.
He went out and partied. He got real drunk. And was like, having a good time.
Oh!
He's got proud of it.
Like so inebriated,
Yeah, he went
man.
with all of his friends.
Hey, you're touching your knees.
Anyway,
LJ, that sound you did was like the embodiment of how this episode's gonna go.
oh
Be a
no.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Okay.
fair enough. Halloween is over.
Yeah.
Halloween's over.
I dressed up again. For
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
The last time I did was 2017, and the last time before that was like 2006.
There you
Oh.
go.
Aw.
Another
Yes,
rare
best
rare
years.
time. I
Six.
sort of dressed up as the main character from Twin Peaks, but I wasn't willing to slick back my hair to make it actually look like him.
Envy.
That's fine. You did good enough.
Yes.
It was legit.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember seeing
And
the
he got
pictures. They were
pictures
pretty
with
neat.
Twin Peaks in the background. It's like
Yeah.
Not Twin Peaks, Washington, though, just Twin
but
Peaks,
two
Utah.
Twin Peaks.
His commitment is good.
Yeah, it's
No.
what
Yeah,
effort
I
that
went
I
out.
put
I went
in.
out, did a photo shoot, and then I stayed inside the rest of the day again.
Seems
That's
legit.
still effort though. You put effort into it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are
I
you
got-
doing
I got-
right now?
I'm moving my clothing horse.
Okay, it sounded like you were like moving aluminum cans. You're just
You're
moving them.
building a pyramid.
Maybe I am.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Well,
Maybe.
that's why they're called aluminum cans and not aluminum cans.
Shut up.
Aluminum can.
It's actually aluminium.
Yeah, I was about to say it's actually
TTV
aluminium.
39
Oh, here
people.
we go.
Aluminum
cans.
cans.
I can't believe it took me 5 years
Writing
for
that
me
down.
to talk about
Oh
this.
my god.
No notating.
How British people make no sense to me. Aluminium just
You
seems
make
like
no
so
sense.
much work. That's such a mouthful.
Yeah, no, British people are weird. They have unnecessary U's in words too. Same with the Canadians, the discount.
Color.
I mean, English has so many unnecessary letters sometimes. Like
Canadians aren't even
silent
people.
Where do you think English came from? Hmm? England.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
It would be nice if the Brits could speak English for once.
I saw. It's funny how you make fun of the accent and everything, but I remember you saying
Oh no.
that like
Oh, boy, here we go.
the Americans used to speak in the English accent, and then we took it from you. So I mean,
So you guys really just are unoriginal.
Oh
huh?
no.
You just
Grand
can't
Theft
think of
language.
anything yourselves.
No.
I
Why
guess
do we have to
you
do
know,
everything? We have to
we'll
pay
just-
our taxes.
We'll just self-deprecate some more. So whatever.
There you go.
I mean, there's some accuracy to it.
Nice job with the whole exiting strategy.
Oh my
We did that
God.
before.
Okay,
Don't-
hold on now, guys. All right, we're gonna rein this back in.
Brexit is still a developing
Just
situation.
shut up, Meso! Shut the fudge up! We're gonna move on! Okay. Speaking of things, Overwatch
do.
2.
I want to eat some breakfast.
Stop it! Just stop it!
No.
Bob,
It's a very
better
sensitive
wait.
subject for some
Bob.
of our listeners.
you better wakey.
Oh my gosh.
Eggs and bakey.
I'm always wakey.
Okay.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that's happened this last week that isn't related to Halloween.
You're really close to your microphone.
Am I?
Can I identify as British?
What?
Am I better now?
You can apply for
okay.
some.
Well,
maybe it's just
yeah,
a
you
little
can
quality,
become
right?
a British citizen.
Am I better now? Hello.
Do I have to do all that
Yeah,
work?
you
though?
can go a
Can I
little
just be
closer.
British?
Okay. Like
Okay.
this. Okay.
All right. I'm officially British
Do
now.
I sound fine?
Yeah. Does Haley sound fun?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
Haley
there's a lot
sounds
of people.
fine.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in America that do that.
Probably.
Well, anyway. So last week there was BlizzCon, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
Blizzard's.
Last
well,
week.
well,
Oh
last
yeah,
day.
right.
Yesterday was BlizzCon. But by the time this podcast comes out, by last week.
Yeah, I was
Which is Blizzard's annual conference. It's basically their mini personalized, E3 where they announce stuff. They try to save face. They try to get people hyped about their products. This year was a little bit hotly anticipated, perhaps not for the reasons that Blizzard would like. They've been embroiled in a wealth of controversy recently, which we're not going to get into too much.
No.
Thank you.
But suffice to say,
Gotta think about
Well-
King Kong.
Suffice to say, public goodwill was not on Blizzard's side. And Blizzard,
Oh my God. Dear goodness.
Is this the
Stand
price we
with-
pay for you being
Stand
here?
with Kong.
Oh my god.
Stand with King Kong.
This is the price we pay.
Okay.
that's the title.
You-
Stand
Oh,
with King
what? Oh, what?
That is
Yes,
not being
yes.
aluminum cans. No.
Let's
All
let's
right.
have the fans vote on the title, though.
Yeah,
So
I
anyway.
agree.
Anyway,
I agree.
Blizzard was hopeful that their announcements would cause people to forget all about the controversy. And I think they've succeeded halfway. I think a lot of people are just very content to shrug it off, myself admittedly included, because I'm a shill for cool gaming. But you know,
Gaming.
that's not the point of the discussion so much as their actual announcements, because Yeah, regardless of the controversy, it's important to remember the people who make the games are very different from the people who make the decisions. So I think we can discuss the games without the controversy pretty much factoring in at all, and then whether you buy them is up to you. So,
Definitely. Can I pause for just a moment
yes.
Oh no.
to question why so many people in the chat have 6 feet under as their status? With all the 6 feet.
Wait, are there a bunch of people that did it besides us, or?
Yeah, freaking Zero 6 feet above with a necromancer. Hayley 6 feet above, a little confused.
Oh, there's not as many. Like, I thought there were more patrons that had picked up on it because I saw some people notice that.
We might.
had
I'm
a
not
trend
even looking
going.
at the hatred thing.
Well, I started it last night because I thought it'd be funny. I just put 6 feet above with a shovel since both of you are in the ground. Then
Yeah.
Hayley added on. Then Zero's did add on, and then now he changed it to explain why he did it, just for the meme.
Nice.
Very nice. Sorry, continue. I'm just.
No, you're fine. There were 3 big announcements: Diablo 4, World of Warcraft, Shadowlands, and Overwatch 2. Only one of which we as a group really care about. But for those of you who do care about the other 2, I'm happy for you.
No, Shadowlands trailer was garbo. There's
really?
so many like bad lore implications for it.
Really?
Both Keedy and I were
really?
both like, why?
Wait, is
Yeah.
this the cinematic?
Yeah, like the one where they're fighting, sure, like
Yeah,
it looks
it
cool,
was,
but the
like, it
lore
looked
implications
cool.
are bad.
Yeah, I mean, like
uber
the-
bad.
for someone who was like
What about lift
super
back?
powerful, he didn't exactly. It was a very one-sided fight.
Yeah, well, and that helmet. Well, first of all, I'm not.
I
gonna
thought
read
that helmet couldn't be broken.
it. Well, yes, that is one of the issues.
Like that's
Point
why there's
being-
always because like you'd think, oh, there always must be a Lich King. Not if I break it. It
Yeah,
won't.
exactly. That's like 1-2 punch right there of things that don't make sense.
All right.
Point being,
So
in our
why
group, there's
hadn't
really
anyone
only one
thought of this
connective
before?
tissue of a game that we all talk about at length, and that is Overwatch
That's
2.
you.
Can I get a tissue, please?
Overwatch 2,
tissue.
Electric Boogaloo.
Tissue.
It's a sequel to Overwatch, which has been leaked for ages. We knew this was coming for literal months, and it's exactly as it has been put forth. here.
No,
Just
no,
Kaplan.
it is not. No,
Oh no,
it
sorry. I
is
mean,
not.
I mean,
It is.
Jeffrey Kaplan
That's
got so annoyed.
There's a few caveats we
yeah,
didn't
there are
know.
a few major caveats because days before this, we had been told, or it had been leaked, that this was going to be like Fortnite 2, where it closes down, opens back up. It's this almost new game, but we were told it was going to be like Destiny 2, where none of our stuff comes back over with us.
We technically weren't told anything. We said there were 3 possibilities.
Yeah, well, this is why you shouldn't
But-
pay attention to leaks, kids.
I'm not gonna get into that. Point being, like there's things I could say that on a whole tangent, and it's not worth it.
There's
Point
like a
being,
whole bait, just like.
Overwatch
Through the
was
water.
it was first leaked by Kotaku like about 6 months ago, citing it as a PvE standalone expansion for Overwatch, which would not feature a PvP component, or it would feature a very minor one. Now more details have come out per this official announcement, and that's kind of what it is. Like the Overwatch multiplayer as we know it will continue to exist.
We
And
actually
it
have
will
to
be
talk
updated.
about this a little bit because I'm so confused by it.
Here's a really simple way to put it. And there's actually a post on the Overwatch Reddit, which is just from today, which
What is
really
that
clarifies it.
It's Phweff
I don't know.
eating something.
For us eating food. Anyway,
Sorry.
Var, here's the best way to look at it, all right? There's 2 clients.
Right.
One is Overwatch, as we know it.
Mhm.
The next
Mhm.
client will be Overwatch 2.
Mhm,
From
mhm.
Overwatch, you can access the multiplayer. From Overwatch 2, you can access the campaign or the multiplayer. The best allegory that is not exact is think Halo Reach Anniversary Map Pack, where if you bought Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, you could play the Halo Reach multiplayer with the maps they remade that were the CE maps, or you could get it as DLC for Halo Reach, and you could play the maps over there. It's either or.
I think
The
that
only
this...
new content that Overwatch 2 has that is exclusive to Overwatch 2 is the campaign. And per a post 17 hours ago that was confirmed at BlizzCon, confirmed the Overwatch client will eventually merge with the Overwatch 2 client. There will only be one game. Overwatch 2 will be the client that everyone will use. People who have not purchased Overwatch 2 will simply have the PvE button grayed out.
So
Okay, so
I don't
but
know
I
if this
thought
analogy is as good.
That's not 1-to-1.
I know it's not 1-to-1, but I'm also not sure that it's closer than that, because it wasn't the Reach maps, the DLC maps, on a different server. Like, you couldn't play with the people on. No, they were the same one.
They were the same.
I mean, there are different playlists. There was the anniversary
I know there were
playlist that
different
you were
playlists,
forced to
but
play in.
I didn't think there was any.
If you had Reach and you had HCE, you could play together.
Yeah.
But isn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, wasn't Overwatch 2 supposed to be on a new engine or what?
No, it is on a heavily upgraded engine, is what they've said.
Yeah.
So is Overwatch 1 getting these heavy upgrades then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
So-
implication.
You would have to,
No,
right?
no, it's-
if we're
it's
gonna be able
an
to play together.
It's an outright. This is what they've said. Okay, let me see here. So Jeff Kaplan said, and this is I guess
Jeffrey.
by a total quote, for all original players of Overwatch, you will get to play on all of the same maps as Overwatch 2 players, including all of the brand new maps. And you will get to play with all of the same heroes. It will be a shared multiplayer environment where no one gets left behind. So what that means and what they're saying is, it's like, Var, do you remember when we played Modern Warfare and Meso couldn't get on the computer, so he got on his Xbox, but he was still able to join us?
Yeah, but that's the same game though.
It's the same game. It's like that, except not between consoles. If I have Overwatch 2 only, and I want to go play some multiplayer, and Meso has Overwatch 1 only, we still can link up.
So, I mean, I've already seen that the engine's being updated or upgraded or whatever. It's not the exact same engine that we're used to playing with, which is fine. My question just becomes, so does Overwatch 1 get that engine upgrade then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Or is Overwatch 2 getting downgraded for the PvP modes or something?
No, Overwatch 1 is getting upgraded, and it even goes further. Blizzard, in an interview with the Spider's Web, the new heads-up display designed for Overwatch 2 will also be available
going
in
to
Overwatch 1.
Okay. I was also on that.
Yeah, because I
It's
was gonna
basically
say
a graphical redesign.
it looks very, very similar to the first Overwatch game. Like, aside from the HUD being different, like all the PvP stuff, it looks very similar.
It's
'Cause it
similar, but
basically is the
it is noticeably different though.
Yes.
Like-
It's also not final.
stylistically, it's slightly different.
It's also
like,
yeah.
definitely
The best way I would look at it is people have for months have been like, how can they do a sequel to Overwatch? The answer is you really can't. You can make subtle improvements, but the multiplayer as it stands is an ecosystem that needs to be preserved. It can't really be iterated
Thank you.
on. But what they can do is make a sequel as far as content by adding a whole new robust other offering, aka the PvE modes, with a full campaign and replayable co-op missions and hero missions and all this stuff, and then bring the multiplayer along for the ride because they don't need to mess with it too much. It's basically the best case scenario because all the people who want more stuff to do besides the same old game modes now have a PvE offering that will be a little bit more complex than the bare bones simplified archives event with a story, aka Phweff. And the people like me who've gotten a little bored with Overwatch for not having enough game modes are going to get a new core game mode in Push that's going to be introduced to all the playlists, including competitive. So it's like
Overwatch League and competitive will be implementing Push.
It's a step above on both fronts. The only question is,
Will
what
they
will it be
actually
priced?
pull it off?
That, and also what will its price be?
Yeah.
Because Overwatch 1 was $40.
Yeah,
It's my
I reckon
belief-
it'll be $40, but
If the campaign has enough content, it can justify $40. If it doesn't, then it's going to be a tough sell.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks from the way they're promoting it. It sounds like it'll have enough content for it.
I would agree.
Oh yeah, it will
I
easily be
think
a
so.
$40 game
Mhm.
for just the base.
Yeah, which I'm fine
Yeah.
with. If it's a fair product, then I'll pay a fair price. People are like, it should just be DLC, but a whole like infrastructure, the infrastructure to do PvE stuff doesn't really exist. That's why Retribution and Archives and all that is so like phoned in. They're having to make it from the ground up here. That's not like it's a bit more than just simple DLC.
yeah, it's Wow, I literally was about to say something that dropped out my head.
Oh, no.
Big
Oh.
F. Yeah, they've got like all these new things that they're trying to implement. Like the fact that they put the fact that it took so
Bless you.
long for them to make
you.
Archives, bless you. Like Archives, I remember Jeff Kaplan talking about how long they've been working on Retribution, like just getting like, because obviously they must have like been asked to make Rialto as a map, and then they were like, you know what, we might as well make the event part of it as well. And it took them some time to get it done. So I think in the end, I think getting like, even if it's kind of similar to Archives, which it kind of looks like it's more of a in-depth Archives, that sounds pretty good. And they've also considered having swappable heroes. So for example, in the Rio de Janeiro one, they were like, oh, we're thinking about like, you can swap Mercy out and like Genji out for someone else, which sounds like a really interesting idea.
Free play.
I guess I'm just wondering. I
No
guess I'm just
limits.
wondering what like the specifics of the changes to the engine are. I guess outside of just
Yeah.
graphic. If it is just graphical, then that'll be one thing.
that
And I
we
am
don't
wondering
know.
what tweaks they've done.
We don't know that yet. We're probably not going to find out for a while. There's no release date for this whatsoever.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
It's gotta be
when
coming
it's-
up though after they've announced everything like this.
Well, so
Well,
Jeff
They didn't
Kaplan
do a
I
release
mean, like-
date.
Jeff Kaplan said that it was 5 years from the panel yesterday that Overwatch was announced. Now, it came out in 2016. That's 3 years ago. So it was announced a full 2 years before it was released, meaning that
It would not
be
surprise me if next BlizzCon we got a release date, and
Yeah.
that was for 2021.
yeah.
For
Oh, God.
yeah. We got a while, folks.
So now,
Yeah.
I am super excited about this. It goes without saying. I'm one of the few people that still plays the game.
Yeah.
Lonely playing, but I still play it. I still like it. I haven't got, disillusioned by it. So all this is super exciting. The most exciting aspect to me, however, is all of the skins and all of the sprays and all of the cosmetics and all the stuff that I have will be retained in Overwatch 2. All of it. That is so exciting. I'm so happy they're doing that because I was afraid they weren't going to, because that's all I've ever known. Companies not bringing it over, but they will. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't care about that at all.
I mean, it's a lot of work. You've saved up all this stuff, or you've gotten all this stuff, and to have it just like gone is kind of
Yeah,
disheartening.
especially if
Especially if
you
you
bought
spend
like
money on
loot
it.
boxes and stuff. Like that's pretty frustrating.
If you spend money on it and
especially-
then multiplayer is not like indistinguishable, then yeah, there'd be no justification for not
Yeah.
bringing it forward.
And especially if I don't like some of the new default skins. Like Reinhardt's is fine, but I don't prefer this new Reinhardt armor to his current default, for instance, or the one that I use, or so on and so forth. Or Lucio, I don't think Lucio had an upgrade in his design.
No, I don't like Lucio's.
I don't like Lucio's new design.
Yeah, I actually, if I had to say, I'd say it's probably the weakest next to Winston.
His head looks too big.
Winston barely looks like he changed at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a really good thing they have on their website,
Sent
Prentice,
you.
bless you,
Thank
which
you.
has,
What is up with all the sneezing?
It's cold season. No.
Apprentice,
Everybody
I mean
needs,
temperature, not sickness.
Wait, there are new default looks. The character designs looked exactly the same to me. There's a cool feature on the website which has each character and then a like before and after slider.
Oh, can you like link this? That sounds awesome.
I can try to find it on mobile. Yeah, give me a second.
Oh,
For-
I will
For
go ahead
now-
and get it. Don't worry, I got it.
Wait,
Ellie's
is it
got
all
this
the,
covered.
is it all the heroes or is it just the ones that they've
Just
shown?
the ones we've seen so far have the
Aw.
back and forth slider. Now there is this picture of like concept art for the characters.
Yeah, I've
which
seen that.
show this
Yeah.
for a few others like Torbjorn, Bastion, and
Bastion has a hat.
Lucio. Now some of them are more substantial than others, of course. Some of
Like
them just
Bastion
boil
having a
down
hat.
to like.
It's so cute.
I'm really glad, Phweff. I'm really glad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better be.
Yeah, she needs this, okay?
There it is. It's the new look visual slider, and it
Alright.
really does
So
become
cool.
apparent when you like go back and forth between them, especially like
That's
Mercy.
my jam.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mercy's
I
is like
actually-
completely changed.
Yeah, going back
Mercy's
and forth
looks
between
really
Lucio, I
good.
do kind of like the new Lucio more.
Yeah. No, yeah.
there's more-
I
I
still
think
feel
the-
like there's too much suit. In...
The thing I don't like is the
Contrast.
hair, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can kind of. Yeah, I can understand that.
I guess it really depends. I feel like because I'm because I'm so conditioned by Bionicle, if they give some sort of a explanation for it, I think I might grow to accept it a little more because it does look a lot more streamlined, a lot more Overwatchy than his original design does. So
God, Mercy is so good. What the heck?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
Mercy's
the
looks
color
really
scheme
good.
change.
I like the hair
Just like
change.
every-
So there's,
Yeah,
Winston's
there's,
that
more,
is-
was good.
Yeah.
Winston's
there's
is
more
so
detail to her armor because like beforehand it was just like a plain white plate that was like over her chest and stuff. That's added a lot more detail to it.
I love
Yeah.
Genji just putting on like winter clothes. That's the
yeah.
funniest thing
I
to
know,
me.
it's kind of weird now because seeing his other design, he like feels naked.
I mean, it kind of was.
Ah, naked
Yeah,
Genji.
he
I
actually
can't play.
kinda
I can't play Overwatch 1 anymore. No.
That's pretty intimidating though. I wouldn't want to mess with a naked ninja with a sword.
Naked ninja.
Boy.
That's his new name, Naked Ninja.
Oh boy.
So the other big thing they've done is in PvE, the heroes will have abilities.
Tracer looks so much better. Holy crap.
Yeah, Tracer looks great.
God. Her
And
old
these
design
abilities
sucked now that I'm seeing the new one.
can be customized. Case in point, Hanzo's new ability in Overwatch 2,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I don't think it's saved as a GIF, but if you click the link, it will become a GIF. It is basically Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it looks so freaking cool.
Now, there's a few others, which we've seen. Obviously, the one they highlighted in the trailer was, Tracer throwing a pulse bomb, and then it will just
And,
spread.
and Maze, it was like Maze, and then Reinhardt's one where it was like Hammer Strike, but like in all directions.
my
And
gosh!
I heard Eljay squee from across the sea.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It was so cool. Oh, dude, I need it.
Across the sea.
The cinematic. I need something from that cinematic where Reinhardt and Brigitte are there, and one of them says like link shield, and then they both put up a shield and they combine, and it's like yes, I need that. I
Ooh,
need it.
2200 damage.
Yes, I need it.
So look at this. Here's a few others. May's looks horrifying. May has another ability. She literally becomes Hammond, and she
Yeah.
rolls around in a giant ice ball,
What?
just smashing
No.
people.
Oh,
Oh, I say no,
Snowball.
but none of this is applicable
These
to
are
multiplayer.
PVE
It's not
only.
PvP. This is PvE. So
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay, that's how it works.
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause
Reinhardt
otherwise
has
it'd
his
be like...
has a giant area of effect. I think that's Hammer Strike.
Hammer
Um,
strike.
May has the freeze, but also the ice ball. Genji has the rapid slash that's like a freaking Zoro slash from One Piece.
Not a rapid slash, a ranged slash.
Yeah, forcing the air currents. It's great. And it's cool because when it's in PvE, they can go a little bit more crazy with stuff, and then have the more balanced abilities we know and love for multiplayer. It's a good compromise.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yep, gives some variety to things. Which we gotta wonder like why? Because the reasons that Archives wasn't that good, it's because personally, the combat was very generic. There wasn't a lot of depth to it. The enemies were very generic.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of depth to them, and typically the encounters were just very, very straightforward. Having these crazy abilities added to the spectrum means they can design the enemies to compensate and make them more challenging and more interesting because you have more tools to take them down.
But and also, one of the questions I did think about before I watched the gameplay was, wait, so what? Because a lot of people were like, during Archives it was a bit limited because we needed like a healer on each team. Well, they've actually got these like tools you can pick up, like care packages almost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you can get a healing field, and you can get like a corrosive grenade, and you can get all these like interesting items, which kind of solves the whole healing problem. Because
if you're really good and you maximize on healing items, you can potentially avoid having to have a healer.
Basically,
you just play what you like.
Yeah, which is it brings a lot more freedom as someone who always gets stuck as Mercy during like
I'm sure it would be challenging without a healer, but you can do it. You have that power.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Yeah.
So it's cool. Like I'm excited to play it. I hope I don't have to wait 2 years. I probably will.
Probably have to. I mean, like I would be a bit worried if they like rush it out. So I mean...
Well, I'm just saying. I was telling Meso last year they announced the remaster for Warcraft 3, and they it sounded like it was around the corner. Then they had like a pre-order before December 31st, 2019 if you want to get these cool World of Warcraft cosmetics, and there's still nothing on there's been 0 updates on it since then. So since 2018 there has been no updates on it. So who knows what will happen with Overwatch 2. I'm sure they probably think people care about that more or something. I don't know.
Oh, of course they do. It's Overwatch, dude.
And not like their flagship brand that got them the money in the first place.
Of course not. Overwatch has loot boxes, man.
Yes, that's the only form of microtransactions that Blizzard has.
But yeah, as the resident Overwatch cynic, I'm happy with this. This pretty much addresses every one of my complaints. New game mode, check. Story, check. Campaign, check. Robust PvE, check.
May's still in the game, 0 out of 10.
All your stuff. Okay, yeah, I know you're right. I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah. Now my next goal is to get Hayley into it when she gets a computer.
Yeah, they get my
Oh, it didn't occur to me that you weren't into Overwatch yet, Hayley. It's just so
Yeah.
ubiquitous
I
with
watched
our.
the thing
with our
yesterday, and I was just like, I don't know what any of this means.
But okay, so Hayley, two questions.
It's just so ubiquitous with TTV that it's like, oh wow, there's someone in TTV not into Overwatch.
Right?
Yeah.
Hayley.
Well, I
Hayley.
mean, you guys had to harass me for 7 months.
And it
Yeah, but then
paid
you got
off.
into it hardcore.
Actually, wait, no, hold up.
Hardcore.
I literally do think that it's
We
only...
played it like every day.
That's true.
Me? I'm kidding.
Yes. You helped. You play
Yes.
with us a lot.
Yeah, with you guys.
I
Well,
literally
we all
think...
play with each other.
I think it's only Hayley and Matora who aren't into Overwatch, actually, in the entire group. Including Kaz and Zeros.
Yeah.
Toro kind of likes it. She's drawn art of it before.
Yeah, but she doesn't play it.
Well, yeah, but she can.
Yeah.
Same with
kind of
her.
like Hayley's.
Yeah, same with Hayley. Yeah. Now, Hayley.
Get it for the Xbox. Eljay and I have it for the Xbox.
Do not get it for the Xbox. Hayley, you do that. You do that, and my opinion of you will fall. Do not get it for the Xbox.
I don't actually want her to do it.
I will lose respect for you as a human. Okay. 2 important questions for you, though, Hayley. First of all, what did you think of the cinematic?
I thought it was really pretty. I thought the way that they solved it was really cool, and it was really epic. It was really well animated. That's kind of what
Welcome
shocked
to
me.
Blizzard.
I showed
We
her
watched
Hanzo and Genji
the Hanzo
too.
versus Genji, which was really.
Oh, that one's the best one, I know.
I've seen
really like that one.
Reunion.
Oh
too.
yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Have you
so-
seen Honor and Glory?
No.
That one's the worst one.
That's the
FPG.
best
why
one.
would-
That's
why
the
would you
best
make her watch
one.
Garbage, wasn't it?
Dragons is fish food compared to Honor and Glory.
I don't know. I really liked the
Wait, what's
Sonic
the
one
show?
as well.
It's the Reinhardt one.
Oh my
The
gosh.
what?
Okay, you want to
Who?
start a fight, Prpl?
The
Is this
bad
how
one.
this is gonna go down?
I honestly don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? A likely excuse.
It's because it was so forgettable.
It was not. It was, dude. Double freaking. I can't. Okay, I don't want to spoil it because I want Hayley to see it. We have to show
Yo, they
her
made
after this.
Tracer thick and.
Oh my gosh,
What's
Var.
going on?
Stop! Stop!
What is going on? I'm loving this.
No. Prpl, rein him in.
I mean, there's only so much I can do.
I mean, she can only unthickify Tracer, you know.
Oh my god. What?
Boy.
We need to
Can't
stop
mess
this.
with the facts.
I can't wait to see like the
No.
members of Talon with this new like design
Oh, thank you.
overhaul. I'm just
Well, Var, I'm happy you're happy.
I'm very happy. I get to play. I get to main Tracer again.
He's already Tracer
maybe,
again.
maybe Reaper will get an extra utility belt that he'll never use.
Yes. All the
Or maybe they'll
utility belts.
actually solve that and give him grenades this game.
Maybe. He was in the
Maybe,
gameplay
man.
footage. His new his new die looked sick.
His new
Looked
die,
way
die,
cooler.
Wait, what do you mean new die?
It looked like it had more particle effects. Looked like it was more
It
smoky.
looked exactly the same to me.
It looked
Overwatch
exactly
2
the
engine.
same.
Oh my
Aw.
gosh. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe I'm just tricking myself.
Oh my god.
Now they just need to give Overwatch 2 a third-person mode.
Yes.
Var.
Yes.
Oh,
Var has ulterior motives.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I
Sorry,
would
I forgot
absolutely
about
love
that. But however,
imagine
he's
freaking
right,
going
though.
Wraith mode
My
in third
gosh.
person. That'd be freaking cool.
yeah, it does need third-person mode though because then Meso and I can play
The full Mass
third-person
Effect.
gun
Third
hero.
person gun game. Oh, good, yes. Nah, it's a good time. I'm really
Yeah.
happy. It was an announcement well done. I don't even really mind that it has no release date because I much prefer that to what some companies have been doing by giving a
343.
vague release
343
window and then
with
stringing people
Halo.
along for months.
Hey, they're getting close. We've been testing Halo Reach this week.
That's true.
LJ and I have been sort of playing, but then it
Yes.
glitches out anytime we try to play together.
Wait, really?
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, we played like one match, and then
Yeah, 'cause I remember you guys saying like it will like freeze on you or something.
yeah, the game like when I play with LJ, either the game doesn't load or I'll be playing and then everything comes to a standstill. Like not even like the game doesn't freeze. Everything's still moving. I see the grass swaying, etc., etc. But like I literally can't do anything. I can't access the menu. I can't move. I have to like force quit out of the game and restart it. I don't know. It's a weird
Yeah.
server issue that they haven't fixed.
It-
but-
is it still up?
We
Invi?
played Halo. Yeah,
It's still up for like 3
until
more
the
days.
5th.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So I will be able to play some upon my return.
Awesome.
We can't play together.
I know.
But
Unless you
Either
get
way.
in the flight.
Dude,
No,
Meso, it's so hard. It's really
it's what I've heard.
difficult.
Meso, it's not going to be that hard. You have a controller. You'll be fine.
No, the controller inputs are really janky. They're very glitchy.
oh god.
Yeah, because I plugged my controller into the computer, and not only was the response really delayed, well, not really delayed, it wasn't as bad as like Firefight, but there was a slight, you could feel there was a bit of sluggishness, and it would vibrate at random times, and sometimes it would just vibrate until you died, and then you'd come back to life, and then you'd shoot, and then it'd keep vibrating. It was really
So,
buggy.
I haven't had these issues.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That sounds nightmarish.
Vibrating until you die.
It was
The
weird. So
controller of death.
Well, I would say it's still a beta, but
It is.
technically it is.
No, so you're a beta.
Wow.
Var's a Chad.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I've got to show you guys this.
It's like their
picture.
fourth
This is
flight.
the
It's been
meme I
in
was
development for like
talking
8
about.
months. Oh boy.
I love the little pictures in the cinematic though. They're very sweet. Like it's like when you see the one of Jack and Anna and they're all like standing around, like, and Winston picks it up. I got a little bit sad when the ship blew up because I thought they lost all of them. I was like, oh.
I just realized.
Oh, dude, I was talking with Prpl about like how it'd be so cool if we just watched It'd be cool in the worst way possible. But if we just like watched all the original Overwatch team members just get murdered, in the
I'd be
trailer.
down for
Yeah, I
that.
legit thought like Winston and May were gonna die in that.
Yeah, I
cinematic.
thought
Same.
May
I would've
was
been- I
gonna
would've been
die.
down for
I was
that.
like,
Out with the old
what?
Overwatch, in with the new.
What if they were gonna kill off May, but then the controversy happened and they were like, maybe we shouldn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got to keep
So-
King Kong in the
Oh
game.
my gosh!
Standard King Kong.
No, like I do find it
Free
kind
King
of.
Kong.
No, look.
I do find
Um,
it really.
I just realized something
interesting.
depressing.
What?
I'm probably not going to be able to play as Roadhog in the PvE, am I?
What do you mean?
Well,
Why
they might have
wouldn't
a
you?
Junkertown mission. You
They're not.
don't
Are
know.
they going to have Junker missions?
I mean,
They're
well,
not
they
like.
might go. They might go to Australia. You don't know.
They're not a part of
Meso,
anything.
Meso.
They're not a part of Talon missions. They're
Here's-
not a part of Overwatch.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Junker DLC.
It's gonna be exactly like Archives, I suspect. You're gonna have your story mode the way that they want you to play it, and then they're gonna have a free mode where you can play any character in the levels.
Right, but will
Like
they
the
put
Lego
the time?
games.
Will they put the time into like updating skill trees for characters?
Yeah, they're
who
probably
aren't
gonna
part
update
of the
all of
story?
them.
I doubt it. I think only the main good guys are gonna get that.
Okay, so why does Hanzo have updates? He's not a part of
Yeah.
Overwatch, and
We're-
nor is he a
we're
part
Yeah,
of
okay,
Talon.
fair
using
enough.
Grenade guns in that case.
Fair enough. Well done. I accept this.
All right, cool.
I accept this.
Get dunked,
No.
loser.
I can
No,
breathe
Yeah.
easy.
So
No,
I'm
you
excited.
never know. You never know. They could be like you. They've probably limited on what they've shown us just because people like to theorize and someone's gonna get it right. It wouldn't
Prentice says,
surprise
"Wait,
me
the
if someone's
Australians."
already predicted like what's gonna happen in the campaign, and Michael Chews just sat there like,
The Australians aren't part of Overwatch. Then why are they in the game? What's the lore behind that? Well, Prentice, they're not part of the Overwatch group, as in like.
What's the lore
agency.
behind
But-
anything?
hold
What's the
on.
lore behind Overwatch?
Like to my
Australia-
knowledge, to my
Australia
knowledge,
got,
they're
like,
completely on their own, right?
destroyed.
Phweff?
Well, so I think what happened is that after the war, like with all the robots and stuff, they gave Australia, like half of Australia to the Omnics, and the people living in that area of Australia were obviously not happy with them giving their lands to Omnics, so they started a rebellion.
Nice.
Nice
And
job,
they
Porky Pig.
decided to blow up the Omnium, which is basically like goes nuclear once you like if you try and blow it up in a particular way. So it irradiated the entire land, like, and so that's why
It's
they're all,
basically
like-
Mad Max. It's like
it is
Fallout.
basically
Like,
Mad Max. That's all I could have said, really, and you would have got it.
But
So,
Roadhog and Junkrat are basically their own faction.
yeah, they're all
basically.
crazy. They
Australia is like
absolutely
post-apocalyptic.
They absolutely hate Omnics. Like, will
No.
kill any on sight for
No.
obvious reasons.
I don't think
Got it.
anyone likes Omnics anymore because the whole plot of Overwatch 2 is that they're fighting the second Omnic crisis. And I love how they've
Yeah,
just,
but
they've,
they're Omnic terrorists, though.
they've dropped. Well, it's an Omnic crisis. Like, this is a global mass conflict. And it's humans and some Omnics versus just Omnics. And then whatever Talon's doing, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of guess, but it wouldn't surprise me if like they had some of the robots that they were just brainwashed and designed to do that, but in fact they don't actually have any free will whatsoever. So I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Because that's like kind of the story of Bastion.
Can we
Like when
turn-
Bastion was like, yeah, I was a robot that killed people, and now I'm like this pacifist robot that protects this little bird.
Can we switch
Like,
the TTV
really.
channel theme from Bionicle to Overwatch?
For all of like a week, and then just go back.
No, forever.
And then
Or
we
you
will wait
couldn't
for
keep
more
up with
story
Overwatch
for another
forever.
4 years.
I can't if it's PVE because I don't have to worry about like dealing with tryhards.
You don't have to worry about being
That's true.
good.
Exactly.
AI are the
Really good at
biggest
PvE.
tryhards. What do you
Yes,
mean?
LJ. I don't have to worry about being good. I can just chill and play the game and actually have fun for one.
But being good.
I don't care about being good. What has being good at the game ever gotten you, LJ?
Fun times.
Solitude.
When did you have that
Solitude.
fun?
It practically got you fired.
Okay.
What?
That's funny coming from you.
What does that mean? I'm just being honest,
I
man.
don't know.
Whoa,
What do you think
My
that
Whoa.
means?
Omega
What is
yikes.
happening right
Bro.
now?
Omega yikes.
Bruh.
bro.
Maybe you could have been fired too if you'd been good at the game.
I wonder if the archives events are going to continue next year then.
Probably
If
not.
they,
Well,
if they don't.
they would
Aw,
probably
Gotta go
they'd
back in
probably fill the
time.
role of just like
But it's-
DLC missions.
Blackwatch's
you know?
turn again. No.
Like they'll just be missions, but using this current infrastructure, which is like.
It's alright. You'll
That's
get one more. You get one more archives event.
Yeah. No, it's gonna.
Overwatch 2 is
They're
not
gonna
out yet.
flip back to Blackwatch again, so they better.
I mean, yeah, they might do prequel stuff.
They could actually. That'd be, yeah.
I would be much more accepting of prequel stuff. Now there's actually a current day plot. Just keep it
Blackwatch
going.
is better than
Nah,
Overwatch.
I'm good with
Changed my
prequel stuff.
mind.
We don't need any more prequel stuff. That's all we've gotten. I'm
Blackwatch.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
but I want to know about Blackwatch.
I don't.
though.
Screw Blackwatch.
Oh,
Blackwatch is stupid.
they're not
Oh my
stupid.
gosh.
Well,
Well, yeah, dude. A little bit.
It's evil
What?
Overwatch. Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's like the Shadow Toa. Except
Getting renamed to
you're a
Watch of
when
Color.
You're a shadow organization, and yet you use a shotgun. That's the sound of like 1,000 pans dropping on the floor. Yeah.
Nice. I think what was weirdest for me is that they highlighted like Sojourn as a new hero, but they didn't make any mention of Echo as a new
Echo.
hero, even though Echo was actually in the cinematic.
It's flying by.
Yeah, there's actually a theory about Echo, which now seeing her pilot the ship, I kind of sort of believe it a little bit more. So in Retribution, there's that one character that's like talking to McCree, but the pilot, she calls him Cowboy, like in that particular tone, and then in the reunion cinematic, she says it in the exact same way, like that kind of like, "See you later, Cowboy," like. And so loads of people are like theorizing that it's the Blackwatch pilot. I think her name is like Rhea or something, which is interesting. That would be really strange. I don't know what happened to her, but that is interesting.
That sounds neat. I hate Echo's design though.
Yeah.
I hate her
she-
face.
The face
It's
looks
so
disgusting.
creepy.
Wow, guys.
It's
Dang.
so creepy.
That's so. I mean, how would you feel if someone said that they hated your design, Meso?
You can't.
I mean,
Yeah,
Wow,
bummer.
you specifically went for him.
that'd be a bummer.
He's the one that said it.
Oh, boy.
Meso's mom is just like,
Oh.
I hate his
Oh.
design.
I
I hate his
came
design.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Go wrong.
Prpl is just there for some reason. Like, I hate his face.
That'd
No, I
be
think it's- I think
impressive
it's, like,
considering Meso's
uncanny.
older than me.
I know.
Yo, what up?
Oh.
No, Meso archives.
This is like, I think it's on like Uncanny Valley for some reason. Her face. I don't know why.
I mean, I guess she's probably like 90% robot and like 10%.
She just kind of reminds
person.
me of Eve, but more like adult.
Eva.
That's my cat's name.
Eva.
Talk a bit Bionicle Baraki. Yeah, I definitely like the part where the Baraki showed up in the Overwatch trailer. That was cool.
And Creeping in My Soul comes on.
Dude, I'd love to see the
Freaking love that
Baraki face
song.
off against Overwatch. That'd be so cool.
Would it
It
be?
would be cool seeing
Yes.
like
awesome.
an underwater level for Overwatch.
Underwater.
Did anyone
Pretty
else think that Winston's voice was bass boosted way too much? It sounded so bad.
No.
I can't
No,
say
I
I
do
thought
not
of it
think
while I
that.
was watching, but now that you mention it, maybe a little bit.
It was way too boosted. Like it sounded, it was mixed so poorly. I felt. Like,
Time for the YouTube remixes. Bass
There
boosted
you go.
Winston.
Go back and watch that trailer now that I've mentioned it. And you'll... What is this voice? It sounds so unnatural and weird.
We're gonna have to watch it again now.
It's
I
really
wanna watch it
weird
again.
seeing like the voice actor and like he's just this normal guy and there's such a like crazy voice comes out of him. It's like Darren DePaul.
He's just
Like,
a guy.
He's just this like really sweet man just comes on stage he's like, "Hello everyone," and you're like, "What
Scrawny dude shows up. No, I do not want a banana.
No, I do not want a banana.
All right.
Oh, goodness me.
Well, what
Overwatch
else has been
sucks.
going on?
You just wanted to make this an Overwatch
Oh.
channel. What's wrong with you?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
What
changes
other
mine.
things have been going
YouTube
on?
channels suck.
Oh,
I can't wait to see all the new designs. Like, oh my
I
God.
can't wait to see all the new lore.
I can't wait to uninstall the game again.
yeah, there it is. He did last time. He uninstalled it.
Boy.
It's a bad game. What
We're
can
an
I say?
Overwatch
It's
channel
like,
now, guys.
just wait. They've teased about like revealing more
Can I
backstory
say
about some of the
except a bad
characters.
game?
Just wait that they don't ever mention like
All-
Reaper or Soldier or
all I'm
anyone
s-
in Overwatch 2.
All I'm saying, LJ, is that
Yeah.
there are two things that the majority of our group is into, and only one of them is giving us new story content.
Oh,
Boy.
Ouch.
Boy.
Well, okay. Is it giving us
That
new
would- that
story
would actually be
content or
pretty
more
cool.
flashback content?
It's new.
It better be
we
new.
should totally
Overwatch
play co-op
Journey
on
to
Overwatch 2. We should
Journey
co-op play Overwatch 2
Journey
when
to
it
2.
comes out.
I'm down.
That'd be neat.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
let's do it.
Hopefully I'll be in a better place with better internet then.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, I'll be in a better place.
Maybe I'll be in a better place.
Okay, I gotta mention this post in the patron chat from Orakue. Is that right?
Yes.
Var, I'm done with Bionicle. Let's make this an Overwatch channel. Immediately makes a Shadow Tiller reference. Yeah, in a negative light. Like I was making fun of the Shadow Tiller.
Oh no.
I was making fun of Bionicle in that statement. Anyway,
Oh, boy.
Fire.
So, has anyone played Death Stranding?
Okay.
No.
Why would you even say that? What do you think the answer's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be yes? No, Meso. We've been playing Death Stranding this entire time, a game that hasn't even come out yet. And second, why do you think anyone is going to engage in that? Do you think
Well,
we're gonna have some magical opinion on Death
No,
Stranding?
reviews
Nobody
have
cares
come out,
about
the
Death
game's
Stranding.
not out.
reviews
There you go.
literally just. I didn't even
Thank
realize
you,
it was in
man.
a playable state up until.
Yeah, it's
today.
coming out soon. I thought it was out, but I guess not.
Just
Apparently, it's weird, which I would expect.
I mean,
I mean,
that's,
oh my
that's
God,
Kojima.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was gonna
if
be
that's
weird.
the only thing you've gotten from it, then like I'm very
November 8th,
concerned
oh.
about your perception skills.
Cool.
Why do you want? That's so we can talk about
only-
a
It's
slew of other
weird.
things.
Well, no, duh.
The only review that I've seen of it described it as UPS the game, except weird.
You gotta play it, Barbara. If you nerve.
Yeah.
No,
It's
how much
you-
like this job.
You make deliveries and it's weird.
That sounds like your kind of game,
Oh
dude.
my gosh, there you go, Meso.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Wait, you don't even have a PS4 anymore, do you?
No.
Oh.
I would get another one,
I
but
do.
like,
I guess I gotta stream it for everybody.
at this point I might as well wait for a PS5. So
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Well,
Mid
that's
Mid
about
makes a
how far that
great
was going.
point in Patreon. He said the main subject of this channel is not about what they like, but what they complain about, and that is true.
Accurate.
That is
That
very
is-
true.
That is
I
accurate.
agree with this 100%.
That should honestly just be our channel description.
So someone asked me the other day, like when I was describing the situations happening with my life, and they're like, "Are you ever happy?" And I was like, "You know what?
No.
That's a good fact. That's a good point you bring up."
Good fact.
No,
I haven't been
I'm
happy
never
since I was
happy.
born.
Okay.
Big yeesh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean,
Me too.
okay, Meso, let's wrap this up quickly, please.
I just had to be born.
Already at the end. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
I mean, I
like
guess
Having
we
a
are.
good time.
I guess we are. I don't know if we're at the hour mark yet, but we
we
can go ahead
are
and,
a minute away
We are-
from being at the hour mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're definitely past the 50-minute mark.
Fair enough. All right then. Well, yeah. Stay tuned. It's not like we're gonna do regular Overwatch 2 updates, but if there's ever big points that come out, we'll probably talk about it because
Big
it is the closest to
yeah.
a unifying game like in the entire group. So
That's so
there is that
cool.
there is that unification there.
Yeah, the unifying game that nobody plays anymore.
It could be Destiny if it didn't limit it to like 3 players for a party.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of a big bummer. C'est la vie. Either way,
Oh yeah.
stay
we
tuned for
discussed
more
this stuff.
content. Every week we do a patron shout out. This week, patron shout out is going to go to Vexus.exe.
He literally looked to
Woo!
who the latest people that posted were and picked one of you guys.
I did. I literally did, yeah. I chose one that I haven't seen before.
You just picked it because it was a Vex.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Oh,
There you
your
go.
bias is showing.
My subconscious.
Double
coming out.
Ninjago Destiny
Hey,
reference.
Meso, did you kill Hayley? We haven't heard from her in a while. Is she dead?
Hi.
She's
Thanks
playing
for joining.
Portal.
me.
I'm playing Portal. I started
Of course,
Are
playing a
you
video
like-
game and
Ooh.
can't even pay attention.
Are you like
I'm
Single track
already-
mind.
I'm already-
corpse?
I'm already at the part with GLaDOS is being switched with Wheatley.
You're
I'm fine.
Stop spoiling Portal. What are you doing right now?
I have never played
Yeah,
Portal.
maybe I
Portal
wanted to
2
play
came
it.
out how long ago? If they haven't played it,
But Hayley, I haven't played it.
You know, I've
How
always
long has
thought
it been?
that like doing
I
a
forgot you
like
haven't played it.
a playthrough of it, like and recording it would be a fun thing, but then I was like, no, watching someone else play Portal just sounds like it would be the most frustrating experience
Yeah.
ever of all time.
Well, not really.
Haley says,
Well, no,
yeah.
it's a mix. Either you watch someone who has no clue what they're doing and it takes forever. Or you watch someone who knows exactly what they're doing and it's boring because there's no challenge there.
yeah.
So
I feel like I would just be so frustrated watching someone else try to figure out a puzzle that I already know how to do.
Yeah. Either way, LJ, go ahead and cue the music.
Okay.
We will we will see you all next week for another exciting episode of the TTV Podcast. Until then, I am Meso.
I'm Bart.
I'm LJ.
I'm Invi.
I'm Phweffy.
I'm Prpl.
And I'm Hayley.
And farewell, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Hey,
Bye,
well,
folks.
that sounds awfully like me wishing people that they have a good day or week. You're ripping me off.
Am I?
Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's copyright LJ.
How
You have
dare
the
you
patent
wish
on wishing
people a
people
good...
blank times of day?
That's right. You know, I'm
I wish
suing.
you guys could see the blank, dead stare that I have right now listening.
I hope you guys have a very good 7 to 8 p.m. every night.
There we go. Much better.
What?